Okay, back to test 2, section 5, number 6. Let x represent the average of scores. And we know that we find the average by taking the sum and dividing by how many there are. So let's just condense this a little bit. Now what happens when we multiply both sides by the number of scores? That's just the sum. Answer choice E. Number 7. We have some change on a desk or dresser. Pennies, nickels, and dimes are in these ratios. Pennies to nickels is 2 to 3. Pennies to dimes is 3 to 4. And we're asked to find the ratio of nickels to dimes. Well, let's try to find some number that connects these two values, P. Well, if we multiply this ratio by 3, that's 6 to 9. That's still in the ratio of 2 to 3. If we multiply this ratio by 2, that's in the ratio of 6 to 8. Now there's a connection of these pennies and these pennies. So if the pennies to nickels is in the ratio of 6 to 9 and pennies to dimes is in a ratio of 6 to 8, then that means nickels and dimes is in a ratio of 9 to 8. Answer choice A. Number 8. Set C is just a collection. It's made up of a series of consecutive integers whose sum is a positive even number. If the smallest number in the set is -2, what is the least possible number of integers that could be in the set? So if the smallest integer is -2, then these are the possible integers we can have. And we're going to add them. Now we want the sum to be a positive even number. So I need to go at least this far just to get out of the negative numbers. So right now the sum is 0. -2 plus -1 plus 0 plus 1 plus 2. So that's 5. But the sum has to be a positive even number. So I know I have to have more than 5. So the answer can't be A or B. So start eliminating choices. Now, could I use 6? Well, 6 includes the 3. Now the sum is equal to 3, which is an odd. So it can't be 6. If I include 4, now the sum is 7. That's not odd. Oops. And if I choose 8 of them, now I'm throwing in the 5, which is right here, let's say. Now the sum is, this was all 0, right here, plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, and now the sum is equal to 12. And it took 8 integers to do that, so 8. Number 9. We're given some information about some chairs that this Comfy Chair Corporation makes. And then we're supposed to find the number of green chairs with armrests. How many did they sell? So I want to kind of work backwards here. The total is, what, 20,000 chairs? So we can work backwards. That means the number with armrests, the total number of armrests, if there's 13,500 without, if I subtract these two, then that means there are 6,500 with. And then to find the number of green, I could subtract these two, so that should be 800 armrests, green chairs with armrests. Number 10. A is 30% of 400, so A must be 0.3 times 400, which is 120. B is 40% of A. We can just insert that right there. 0.4 times 120 is 48. And then C is 25% of B, which is the 48. 0.25 times 48, that's a fourth of 48, that's 12. And then we're asked to find A plus B plus C. Well, that's just the sum of these numbers. So it's 168 plus 12 is 180. Number 11. We're asked to find the value of Q. I think I'll just cross multiply. 10Q is equal to 14. So Q is equal to 14 divided by 10, or 1.4.